Hi, and welcome back to Caryn's Cooking. Today is day 6 of the stay home, stay safe quarantine. In honor of that, we're gonna make yet another comfort dish. Today I'm gonna be making for you browned onion, poppy seed, mini Kugels. Savory Kugels, not sweet. I prefer a savory Kugel over a sweet Kugel every time. Why? They're more versatile. You can serve them as the main dish. You can serve them as a side dish. Because mine are mini Kugels, they can be eaten on the go. They're a great thing to pack up and deliver to other friends who are stuck at home. You know, drive by, ding dong, ditch them with some mini Kugels. So what we're gonna need today to make these Kugels are 2 large onions. I've already chopped one. Here's the other. I'm using red today because that's all I could get my hands on. You're going to need 1 1/4 cups of full fat cottage cheese, 1 1/4 cups of full fat sour cream, 1 stick of butter, the more butter the better, half a bag of wide, no yolk, Manischewitz egg noodles, 4 large eggs, salt and pepper, poppy seeds, and for some fun, at the end, I'm gonna make the second half of the batch with a little bit of tarragon in it. You're going to need to boil your noodles and drain them. Mine have already started cooking, so if the timer goes off, we'll deal with that. You're going to need an extra large heavy skillet to brown your onions in. We're gonna be browning them for about 20 minutes. The reason I use the cast iron is because it really aids in that browning process. It's also adds a little iron to your dish, and it's easy cleanup when you're done. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is chop up our onions. Once again, I don't use all the right cutlery and things like that. I am a self-taught cook from watching my mother and my grandmothers and my great-grandmother. I'm also kind of a creative cook. I like to sit down and read cookbooks and get ideas and then say, ooh, how can I make that better? Or how can I change that? And I do that often. This actually is one of those cases. So I've cut the onion in half, slicing down, turn it, and this is the way I can get it chopped. I'm gonna make my chopped onion, the pieces a little bit larger today because I like them to really show off in the mini Kugel. What they do is they turn, as you're browning them for 20 minutes, you're not gonna let them burn or anything like that, but you are gonna let some of the edges get nice and crisp because they make a beautiful presentation in the muffin. That's my noodles. Let's get those drained. You don't wanna cook your noodles all the way to perfectly done. You want them to be quite a bit al dente. And the reason for that is they're gonna cook again in the oven when they're baking. Back to our onion. Okay, we're gonna finish chopping our onion, and then we're gonna go straight to browning the onion. I have an extra little onion nearby just in case I need it. So let's start browning. 1 full stick of butter. I'm gonna turn that on kind of high to start to get the butter to melt quickly so that I can get my onions in there. While I'm waiting for that to happen, I'm gonna go ahead and crack my 4 eggs. They can sit right here in the bowl and wait for us to come back. We'll beat them at the last minute so they're nice and fluffy when we put them into the mixture. Okay, set those right there. I'm also using today my muffin tin. I'm gonna try this today. I haven't done it before in the past. I'm actually gonna use some of the silicone muffin liners just so that they're a little bit easier to release and pack up. My butter is starting to melt, so I'm gonna work my way over there. Let's see. because I don't want my butter to burn, I'm gonna, before the stick's entirely melted, I'm gonna go ahead and add my onions. And it'll also give me a way to see how much onion I actually have. One of the things you want to do with onions, you always want to give them a little bit of salt. It makes them sweat and releases their flavor even more. Like I said, it's going to take about 20 minutes to get these onions to where we want them without allowing them to actually burn. But we definitely want them to be brown. Okay, my onions are beautifully brown, and I realized that not everyone has the silicone muffin liner. So if you don't, what you're gonna wanna do is use your melted butter with that outstanding, delicious onion flavor, and just take a brush and brush your muffin tin. And so what I'll do is the ones that I decide to make with tarragon, so that I can differentiate between the two, I will cook in these. And as you can see, my onions are a beautiful, deep brown. Butter is fabulous. So our onions are done and our noodles are done. The first thing we're gonna do is we're going to drop our noodles into a large bowl. We're going to give them a toss and break them up. Then we're going to add our browned onions. And all that delicious butter. Yum. Pan's heavy, I can tell you that. All right, let's get these kind of, okay, we got those kind of blended in together. Now we're going to add our cottage cheese, 1 1/4 cups. We're going to add our sour cream. Going to mix that all together. I like to use tongs for this. You can use a big spoon. I use a rice paddle for a lot of things. As you saw, that's what I use to move my onions around in my skillet. You really have to dig to the bottom so that you get your onions all throughout. I'm going to now add about a large pinch of kosher salt, a large pinch of pepper, 1 1/2 teaspoons of poppy seeds. Nice and well. Our cottage cheese and our sour cream have helped the noodles and onion portion cool down a bit, which we need to happen so that our eggs don't immediately set up. I'm going to lightly beat my eggs just so they're well mixed together. I'm going to pour those in together all across, and we're going to mix that all up. Get those blended in too as well. These are, like I said, really easy. The benefit is they're delicious and beautiful, which is fantastic. And we're gonna start loading our tray. I'm gonna do the ones in the liners first that are the traditional way. And I'm actually gonna cheat and bring my liner to my batter. Okay, we're going to pop them in the oven at 425 for about 20 to 25 minutes, and we'll see what they look like when they come out. Look at those. Beautiful. If you did not make your muffins with a silicone liner at this time, you will need to go all the way around with a thin knife. Loosen those edges because they definitely cooked to the edges. In the pan for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to remove them from the pan and the silicone liners. So our mini brown onion and poppy seed kugels are finished. I've accompanied them with a little fresh sliced tomato with flat leaf parsley, a little balsamic and oil, but let's have a bite. They're still steamy. Fantastic. Savory, soothing, delightful. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Caryn's cooking and that you'll come back next time. And in the meantime, remember to be well, stay home. See you next time.